Stuttering is incurable. Once a stutterer, always a stutterer. I'm sorry to say it to everyone here, but we're all going to have to learn to live with it. There is simply no solution to overcome it. So we must accept and embrace it. These are the outdated, long-held dogmas by so-called medical professionals in the speech field. Today, I want to share why stuttering is merely a habit and could be cured. Even though I dislike using the word cure or curable, because God forbid you do, it might provoke some individuals to attack you with pitchforks and torches. Regardless of the terminology, stuttering is something that can be overcome, as it is essentially just a habit. Before I get into why stuttering is a habit, let's define the term habit and look at some examples. A habit is a routine or behavior that is regularly repeated and often performed subconsciously. It can be a positive or negative action done consistently, usually as a result of frequent repetition. For example, some good habits include brushing your teeth, exercising regularly, and reading books. Conversely, some bad habits are smoking, drinking excessively, doing drugs, and gambling. Considering the definition of a habit, stuttering can also be equated as a habit. And that's all it is, just a troublesome habit developed over time through guilt, shame, and embarrassment. If you can, try to remember the first time you stuttered. It was probably when you were a child, maybe called upon in class to read aloud. You might have stumbled over a word because you were reading too quickly, resulting in repetition or blocking, which might have provoked laughter from your classmates. Since I started stuttering at the age of 18, which is relatively late compared to most individuals who begin between ages 3 and 7, I vividly remember my first experience. I specifically remember blocking on a name during a conversation about football with one of my cousins. I encountered a severe block when trying to say the name Moratu. I couldn't get the name Moratu to come out of my mouth. And I can still recall the confused and bewildered look on my cousin's face. I can pinpoint to that exact moment when my stuttering habit began. After that incident, I started to develop feelings of guilt, shame, and especially embarrassment surrounding my stutter. I made it a habit of constantly dwelling on that event. Soon afterward, I began blocking over more words, especially those that start with B, C, D, M, and especially S. I started second guessing myself on everything. And before long, I was unknowingly forming a new habit of using crutches 2 and 5, finding a similar word or a synonym, and especially telling a story to avoid the feared word. However, with all that said, all habits, whether good or bad, can be unlearned through disuse. Consider how often we hear stories of individuals overcoming addictions to alcohol, smoking, or drugs. They achieve sobriety by breaking those habits through conscious effort and disuse. Similarly, you and I can apply the same principles to stuttering. By addressing and modifying our speech patterns, we can work towards achieving fluency. Habits are not set in stone. They can be changed with conscious effort and practice. The key lies in recognizing that stuttering, like any habit, involves a pattern of behavior that can be altered. The process of unlearning the habit of stuttering involves the following 5 steps. Step 1, awareness. The first step is developing an awareness of the stuttering pattern. This involves recognizing when and how stuttering occurs and understanding the triggers that exacerbate it. 95% of PWS, people who stutter, don't have difficulty speaking alone. So what triggers the habit when we are around others? For years, I was unaware of what I was doing wrong until I read Lee's magnum opus, How to Stop Stuttering and Love Speaking, the Holy Bible to Stopping Stuttering. I discovered that I was constantly pre-planning, overthinking, and fearing words. Instead of focusing on conveying my message, I was giving excessive attention to individual words. Fluent speakers don't think about words. They think in terms of thoughts, and these thoughts effectively carry their message across. By shifting our focus from words to the essence of our message, we can transform our approach to speaking and move toward creating the new habit of thinking message, not words. Step 2, mindfulness and relaxation. Many PWS find their speech issues are exacerbated by anxiety and fear. Mindfulness techniques and relaxation exercises can help reduce this anxiety, making it easier to overcome feelings of uneasiness. I can't think of a better way to achieve a fully relaxed state of mind than by practicing self-hypnosis and especially engaging in daily mind training. This approach forms the foundation of the neuroscience method for stopping stuttering. By incorporating 2 daily mind training treatments where you recite 10 positive affirmations 20 times each, you can gradually alleviate anxiety and nervousness associated with speech. To kill 2 birds with 1 stone, with the StopStutter app, you can recite, record, and hear your personal affirmations, as well as listen to a self-guided hypnosis audio recording from our beloved CEO, Dean Lovett. This recording guides you into a hypnotic state and then immediately plays the affirmations you recorded yourself, helping to reinforce a positive mindset. 3, practice and repetition. Just as habits are formed through repetition, they can be unlearned through new patterns of behavior. Techniques like crutches help us overcome the bad habit of hearing disfluency and replace it with the new habit of hearing fluency from one's lips. The more practice and repetition we get using these fine tools, the more we diminish the stuttering demon until it eventually subsides from our lives entirely. To learn more about the brilliant device list known as the crutches, on the StopStutter mobile app, you can explore Lee's ebooks, access his masterclass series, watch thousands upon thousands of coaching/therapy sessions, and take advantage of the app's coolest feature, the toolkit. In the toolkit, you'll hear the main man himself, Lee Lovett, guide you through audio recordings on each and every crutch. Step 4, positive reinforcement. Celebrating small victories and progress helps reinforce new speech patterns, especially when you use crutches to avoid a disastrous stuttering incident. Every time you prevent a bad incident using a crutch or your speech plan, it becomes ingrained in your MMIB, mental memory image bank. Positive reinforcement encourages continued effort and helps build confidence, which leads me to discuss the StopStutter tracker inside the daily routine section of, you guessed it, the StopStutter app. With the StopStutter tracker, you can monitor all your speech victory days when you didn't appear clearly speech disabled. It's also worth noting that once you complete a 30-day consecutive streak, you become a PWSS, person who stops stuttering, and are granted the ability to change and edit your positive affirmations. The 5th step, support system. One cannot defeat stuttering on their own. They need to surround themselves with individuals who understand the problem, especially those who have experienced it and have since overcome it. These individuals can offer encouragement and practical strategies for change. I cannot think of a better support system than WSSA, the World Stop Stuttering Association, the world's only community of ex-stutterers and those fast becoming ex-stutterers. You can connect with some of the most kindred spirits in the world through our weekly Saturday SAM meetings, daily practice sessions, and by joining our WhatsApp group chat. For more information regarding these meetings and the group chat, check out the StopStutter app, available now on all major app stores. And I promise that was my last cheap plugin for the app. In conclusion, with the long old held dogma that stuttering is an incurable condition, something we must simply learn to live with, it's crucial to challenge these outdated beliefs. Stuttering is not a life sentence, but rather a habit, one that can be addressed and transformed. It has nothing to do with genetics, brain matter, neurological conditions, etc. Just as we can unlearn detrimental habits and adopt beneficial ones, so too can we reframe our approach to stuttering. By understanding stuttering as merely a habit, we empower ourselves to take actionable steps toward change. The journey involves recognizing the pattern of behavior, employing mindfulness and relaxation techniques, practicing new speech patterns, reinforcing positive progress, and seeking support from those who have walked this path before us. Each of these steps plays a crucial role in reshaping how we interact with our speech. Remember, the road to fluency is not about achieving the cure, but about gradually altering the patterns that have been established over time. It's about progress, not perfection, and embracing a mindset that change is possible. With determination, the right tools, and a supportive community like WSSA, we can move beyond the constraints of stuttering and work towards a future where our speech is a source of confidence rather than a barrier.